Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Wills, and in today's video I'm going to show you 6 glaring mistakes that you need to avoid when you are doing transcription. Now, before we go to the 6 mistakes that you need to know, I want to say that transcription is a very serious work or skill that can make you serious money. You can make $25 to $30 in an hour just doing transcription work. And for you to achieve such goals, you need to know the mistakes that should be avoided. Now, when you are given transcription work, the website or company that is giving you the work is expecting quality work. At the end of the day, they want to see a high quality transcript that reflects what is on the audio or video file. So if you stick around till the end of this video, I'll be able to demonstrate to you the 6 mistakes that are likely to be made by people who are beginners or even people who have done transcription in the past. So if it's your first time, or if this makes sense to you, then you need to subscribe to this channel, because I share very useful information that will give you value if you are looking forward towards becoming a successful transcriptionist. So without wasting too much time, I want to go directly to the first mistake that you need to avoid as you do transcription. Now, spelling mistakes. Now, spelling mistakes are quite common, and they involve hitting the wrong key. For example, you wanted to write the word pan, but you find yourself writing pawn. Okay, so the error here is the letter O. You write O instead of A. Okay, then another example is that you omit a letter in some of your word. For example, you write DRVE instead of drive. Okay, so that's another example of how you can omit some letters and you cause serious spelling mistakes. Now, when you are doing something like medical transcription, whatever you produce as a transcript is used by doctors, okay, for decision making. So if you try and make such mistakes, you might have a very big impact on the quality of care that somebody is going to receive. So you have to be very careful with spelling mistakes and ensure that you eliminate them in your work. Then number 2 is atomic typos. These are the kind of mistakes whereby one letter is changed, and this can change the meaning of the entire sentence. Now, these are very catastrophic mistake that you can do in transcription. So I will give 2 examples. For example, when you are writing a sentence that has swept, you decide to omit the letter W, so you end up with wept instead of swept. So you see, you will completely change the meaning of that sentence. Okay, so instead of saying the patient swept or the cleaner swept, you will find yourself saying the cleaner wept, and those are 2 different things. Okay, then instead of writing the word country, you find yourself omitting the word the R. so that you are left with the word county. So when you see county and country, those are two different things in a sentence. So those are examples of atomic typos. Then the third kind of mistake are the misheard words. Now in transcription, you will listen to whatever is being spoken in the audio or video, and you want to write exactly what is being said. Okay, so you will need to listen carefully so that you ensure that you don't mishear some of the words. Okay, so due to differences in pronunciation, you might find that you are writing a court, the court of getting hold instead of the court of, you find yourself writing the court of the piece of cloth. Okay, then you have another example is you write left instead of cleft. So this can happen when you mishear some of the words that are being spoken in the audio or video. Then the fourth one is that you are likely to have problems with homophones. Homophones are words that have similar sounds. Okay, so we have example. The speaker is saying none. None meaning the person, the celibate women, but you are writing none meaning nothing. Okay, then we have another example. The speaker is talking about steel, which is a type of metal, and you are writing down steel, which means theft. So that's another mistake you can make. Then you can also write sell, the one for selling a product, but maybe in the medical terms the speaker is referring to the cell, which is the simplest unit of an organ. Okay, so that's the example of homophones you should be careful about. Then you should also be careful about misspelling names. We have names of people, we have names of places, and you'll find transcriptionists misspelling some names. For example, the speaker is referring to Jon, and you find yourself writing John. So here it is very important to do some research. If it's a famous person or a celebrity, you need to do some research and ensure that you do write the correct spelling of the name. Another example is where you write Sean, Shawn, instead of writing Sean of Sean. So those are examples. We have many other examples. You just need to be careful and do some research. Then you also have shortcut mistakes where you are trying to make some shortcuts, especially using the autocorrect feature in your word processor. So you need to be careful about that, and one way you can avoid that kind of mistake is to switch off the autocorrect. Then lastly, I will tell you about the tips that you can use to avoid the glaring mistakes, those serious mistakes that can undermine your performance as a transcriptionist. So number one, proofread your work 2 or 3 times just to ensure that it is correctly done. Another way of proofreading is you try to read your work loud. Reading out loud will help you identify the possible sentence structure, and other common mistakes. Then you also need as another tip, you can invest in a high quality audio device. High quality device can be good headphones. Headphones that are powerful will help you in listening properly. You have a clear voice when you are listening to the file that you're supposed to transcript. Then you can also switch off the autocorrect in your word processor so that you are able to correct the mistakes manually. Then number 4, you can also use tools like Grammarly. If you are a beginner, make use of Grammarly to correct your work before you submit. So if you follow these tips, you will be able to produce high quality transcripts, and you will be able to grow your transcription account and be able to earn good money as you grow in your profession. So thank you so much for listening, and see you in the next video.